I'm lucky to have not really been bullied when I was in high school, and let me explain. Recently, I was watching YouTube shorts, and I've like seen like a lot of these videos starting to pop up in my feed, where it's like these nerdy kids in high school who are being filmed by, you could say, like popular kids. I'm not too sure of other kids, and they're like just making fun of the nerdy kid doing like his little activities. So if like a nerdy kid does rapping, if a nerdy kid does dancing, if a nerdy kid does like Beyblades, or I don't know, there's like any random thing, it's like they film it, put it online, and like it's a big joke. Clap your hands. And in high school, I think I was one of these like little nerdy kids also. So it's possible, like, yeah, if I was in high school nowadays in 2025, kid would have just filmed me, posted me on the internet, and I would have had my life ruined. And there's a couple of instances where I look back and tell myself, yo, someone could have like just filmed this and posted it, and man, it would have been like, let's laugh at the rice bowl, point the finger at him, and clap our hands. So just to name you a few instances, and man, like looking back, I was like, yo, what was I thinking? Like first day of high school, I wore ankle weights to school, and okay, it wasn't that bad because we had to wear uniforms, so I'd be able to hide my ankle weights underneath my socks, and then underneath the pants covered was my pants. But I was inspired by Naruto to start wearing ankle weights because I was a slow runner, and I did that for maybe 1 month. But then I realized, like, yo, the ankle weights are uncomfortable. This isn't for me. But I stopped. But I could just remember, like, when in recess, when we go run around, I take off the ankle weights. I wouldn't really make a scene or anything like that. But yo, if imagine someone just like film me from the distance at 7x zoom or something like that, it would have been over for me. Also, like, the fact I started doing YouTube videos when I was in grade, I think I was in grade 8 or something like that. Like, man, yo, if that was nowadays, right now, who knows what would have happened? Because I used to have my first channel, and then on my first channel, someone discovered it. Like I shared it to a friend, and that spread like wildfire, and I didn't like that. So I just stopped the first channel, and then I made a second channel. But back in the day on YouTube, I don't know if you noticed, but back on the day on YouTube, when you liked a video, people who are on your friend list on YouTube would see that you'd like a video. And I used my first channel to like a video on my second channel, the new channel that I created, and then someone in my class found my second channel somehow, and then it spread like wildfire. I was the talk of the town, and then it spread throughout my grade a bit, through certain people, selective group. And then I used to get like 2 3 views a day, and just on that day I think I got like 85 views or something like that, and I was like, oh man, like, oh, I'm really not looking forward to going to school. And then I tried to play it off, because I didn't show my face on my second channel or anything like that. I used to do like food reviews and whatnot, manga reviews, to show my hands, and then people were like, yo, can we see your hands? Can we see your hands? And then it's like, the same hands, ha ha ha. And I had like 7 subscribers back in the day. But throughout all that, I had one kid in my class who really encouraged me with the YouTube videos till the end. I don't think he knows that, I kind of was able to get a bit of traction on YouTube through my old channel, on this channel either. But like, he was really supportive of me. We weren't like best friends or anything. We just had we didn't have similar family names, but our names were like one letter apart, so we were always like together, you know what I mean, like in class, because it was all alphabetical and all that. So he like didn't make fun of me or anything. He like respected me almost, it felt like. Well, probably not respect, but he encouraged me to continue despite all the other kids laughing about my YouTube videos. And what's interesting about YouTube is, like, until you get views, you're just a big joke. But I had one video get like 12,000 views, and then like people calmed down a bit. It was a puzzle tutorial. But even then, like after everyone discovered my channel, 1 year later, 2 years later, even 3 years later, until the day we graduated, every time we had something in the computer room, a class in the computer class, was the computers, involving the computers and internet, people would open up my second channel and start playing the videos, and I'd hear my voice from different computers, and I was like, oh man, I'm so embarrassed. But nowadays I feel like, I could have gotten like 10 times this. It could have been 10 times worse, honestly. Like, I had it tame compared to, like, the kids are brutal nowadays based on what I see on YouTube shorts. And yeah, also, like, I used to do the Rubik's Cube pretty seriously. This is like another thing, so I could pull it out right here. I recently bought one like 2 years ago, a stickerless Gans cube. I'm not too sure. There's magnets in this one, and I'm not going to like start nerding out like Rubik's cubing out. But yeah, I used to be a pretty avid cuber. OLL P2 PLL F2L. I was intuitive F2L. If you know what that means, I used to have a Fangxi Shuangren version 2 black plastic, and yeah, that was back in the day, and I was able to get down to, I think I had a 17. I was sub 20 average. For sure I was sub 25, but when I was really getting fast, I think I was like, if I had good like easy cases to solve, I was like 18-second solver. I think my PB was like 12 seconds. But yo, that's back in the day. But anyways, I could just imagine like nowadays, like if I was like like just like solving that thing in the cafeteria or whatnot, yo, people would have filmed that and probably like posted it on TikTok, like, yo, look at this kid, and like with my ankle weights and the fact that I did like cringy little YouTube videos. But like I'm happy that I continued all these activities. Like, okay, like the ankle weights I understand, but still, that was for running. But I'm still continued. If you look at me today, I still continued YouTube. I still continued running, and Rubik's cube I just do for fun. I'm not like a competitive solver or anything like that anymore. But you could see, like, despite all of this, I didn't let anything discourage me like that. And I'm making it sound like a bit bad right now, like, oh, high school this, high school that. And looking back, also, like, yo, I was lucky in high school, cause like, yo, even these kids who would probably, like, nowadays I could see them like filming the nerdy kid and posting it online. They were pretty friendly to me. So for example, like, there was this one kid, he told me straight up, like, yo, if you ever have problems, me and my gang are going to help you, Rice Bowl. Me and my gang, just tell me, yo, we're going to eliminate that guy if you ever have problems, because I don't really take stuff that personally, so sometimes I would be like the butt of the joke and people would be like and it didn't really bother me that much. It was the memes and all, but still, like, there was like a kid who was like, yo, me and my gang, like, we're gonna protect you if you ever need help, this and that, and just let us know who's the problem. No, 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 no. And then I told him, yeah, there's no problem, whatnot. And I respected this kid somewhat, but then, like, yo, also, like, one time, like, I found an iPhone on the football field, and he was like, yo, just give it to me. I'm gonna give it back to the supervisors, or I don't know what they call it in English, because I went to a French high school, not the supervisors, but like the monitors or whatever, the adults who were looking after us during lunch period. He's like, oh, yo, give me that iPhone, I'll give it back to them for you, Rice Bowl. I want to give it back myself, but anyways, I'm talking about this story because that kid who was like, oh, I'm going to protect you, Rice Bowl, I'm going to protect you, he got expelled for stealing the phone of a girl with a broken leg, so I'm just like, bruh, like, yo, these people, but yeah, all that to say, I'm pretty lucky, because just looking, it's really hard, I think, nowadays, with this whole like social media thing, this and that, because, man, like, just be yourself, is what the common trend is. What people say, adults tell you, just be yourself. But if you're being yourself in high school and you're one of these kids who likes rapping, who likes like break dancing, and if you don't have any power moves, or if your rap verses are bad, or if you're slow with the Rubik's cube, or if you wear ankle weights to school and you're like a scrawny little kid like me, people are going to film that and plaster it online, I think. And if that goes viral, GG. We used to have like what would you call it, like Facebook groups. Like, I know, like, the younger kids nowadays don't really use Facebook for a class, and the tradition was in my high school, well, I don't know if it was a tradition, but in my high school, like, everyone in your class, you added onto your friend list, and then we make a class group, a private class group, and then we'd share like funny pictures to each other, little memes, this and that, all in good fun. But like nowadays, like, we never went on like public Instagram, Snapchat on blast, TikTok. We didn't have any of that. But I could just remember, like, I could just like feel like nowadays, like, man, like, it must be so hard. Like, you're being like filmed everywhere you go, this and that. Like, even my first year of high school, we didn't even have smartphones. I think some like the richer kids did. I got my first smartphone. My first smartphone was an iPhone 4, and I got it when the 4S came out. The shops wanted to do like some kind of clearance sale for their iPhone 4 or something like that. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I was able to luck out because I was probably on the cusp of the generation that was playing outside. And maybe 2, 3 years after that, it's like the video game generation. And I would say maybe 5 years after me is like the whole TikTok. Well, let me think, yeah, probably 5 years after me, 5 to 7 years after me is the whole TikTok generation. So, I made it out in high school in time. Who knows, if I was born like in high school right now and I was doing all these activities and I was plastered on the internet like that, and people were pointing the finger and making fun of me, who knows, there might not be a Rice Bowl channel, because I would have been like, oh man, like, all these people are making fun of me, I feel so discouraged, you know not a good look, not a good look. But anyways, I'm happy I persevered despite it all. Anyways, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you have a nice day. Check out the channel for more content. I just want to thank everyone for supporting me recently. Like, we got massive super thanks, like $500. Like, that just blows my mind. So thank you so much once again. And for the support on the last long video, I was just rambling on, and this one I'm rambling on also, and I'm just going to explain why I'm making videos like this. if you didn't make it to the end for the last one, it's just like I'm not going to have 9 hours to edit because I'm potentially going back to school now. Like these little like short edited videos that I make for like when they're like 3-4 minutes long, they still take me hours to edit, believe it or not. And I'm not going to have time to do that when school starts. So I'm just like practicing my talking, practicing my speech, so I could just pump out long videos and like hopefully it's going to help grow the channel. Anyways, thank you to everyone for watching. Have a nice day. See you in the next video and goodbye.